Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all had a fun and safe 4th of July. In my last couple of videos, I was discussing converting caliber. We talked about the Glock conversion barrel, where you can change a 40 caliber or a 357 SIG chambered Glock into 9mm so that you can shoot more and shoot for less. And today, we're going to talk about something that's really similar involving the 1911 platform. And specifically, just going to go over my Kimber Rimfire target conversion kit, which allows you to shoot very cheap 22 long rifle ammunition out of your 1911s. Now, this kit fits almost all 1911s. The government 5-inch models and the Commander 4.25 inch, whatever it is, barrels. They will work. Most 1911s will work with this kit. There are a couple that don't work, so if you are thinking about possibly buying one of these kits, just make sure. I want to say one of the Taurus 1911s doesn't work, but don't quote me on that. You can just look up the information on Kimber's website. And it'll tell you. But yeah, you just basically what you do with this kit is you take your 1911. Now, to save some time, I already disassembled this Kimber 1911 off camera. If you want to know how to do this, there's tons of good videos on YouTube that show you how to take a 1911 apart. But you take apart your 1911, leave the frame aside here. You take off the 45 ACP slide, the whole assembly, the slide, the recoil spring, guide rod, everything. You're not going to use this. This is to shoot 45s, so you're going to leave this at home. And I'm going to go ahead and start opening up this kit for you. Now, you might have noticed that's the suggested retail price. If you were to buy directly from Kimber, it is $330. Now, your boy Food, Folks, and Guns tries to shop around, and of course I didn't pay this. I paid $280 for it, out the door, shipping and everything. So if you want to know where to get one, you can just send me a PM and I'll let you know. I can't remember right now. But anyways, let's take this thing and open it up. Okay. And now it comes with one magazine standard. One Kimber 10-round magazine that holds the 22 LR ammo, okay? But, of course, that wasn't quite enough for me, so I did buy two more. But it comes with one magazine, and, of course, the kit itself. Now, this is made of aluminum. This whole thing is made of aluminum, and it includes the slide. It comes with its own recoil spring and guide rod assembly, and you just put this whole thing onto a 1911 frame. And as soon as you do that and you insert this magazine, then you can go ahead and shoot your nice cheap 22 ammo. And it's really nice because you can shoot a 1911 platform without spending all that money on 45 auto ammunition, which, as you know, is one of the more expensive handgun calibers to shoot. You might find it for as little as $18 a box. I've seen it up to $24, $25 a box just for target ammo. The average is about $22, so that's anywhere from 40 to 50 cents a round. Shooting these 22s, it's more like 4 or 5 cents per bullet, so that's really nice. So anyways, let's go ahead and take this whole thing. It does come with the adjustable target sights, so that's it's kind of nice. But you take this whole thing, and you're just going to go ahead and put it back on that 1911 frame. So let me see if I can do that for you here. Okay. Just a second. All right. Line it up on the rails. Alright, and just like with a regular 1911, you're going to pull this slide back until that little notch lines up with your slide stop pin. Alright, let's see if we can do this here. Yeah, All right, got it on the first try. Okay, and there you go. You've got a 1911 with the ability to shoot those nice cheap 22s. And that actually on a black gun, a blue gun like this, that looks pretty good. I am pretty happy with the way it looks. Now remember, this is aluminum, and this is all stainless steel, so this is not going to be as durable as the regular slide and recoil spring and everything that it came with. This is designed to shoot the heavy duty 45s, and this is just 22s. So that's what it looks like once it's assembled. Okay, let's put our safety on. Just want to talk about some of the advantages and disadvantages of this platform now, the 22s that is. Of course, your big advantage is cost. As I mentioned, 22 ammo is extremely cheap compared to your standard handgun ammunition, and that allows you to get a lot of practice in. It allows you to take people with you, get them into the shooting sports, people who might be recoil sensitive, who are not used to shooting handguns, and they might be turned off if they have to deal with a lot of recoil. A 45, heck, even a 9mm or a 380 might be too much for them to start with. So if you've got kids, a female shooter, an older shooter, or just anybody who's not shot before, getting them started with 22s is terrific. And it's also a good way to build up your own skills without spending a lot of money. You can focus on trigger control, breathing, all those kinds of things without sending 45 to 50 cents downrange every time. Now, so that's the main advantage. Another advantage, it for a handgun and for a conversion, it's reasonably accurate. I'm probably going to do a range follow-up for you. I've shot this conversion kit before, and it shoots pretty well. I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. Now, the main disadvantage is, okay, you're shooting 22s. You have to get this hammer to go back on every shot, and as you may know, the mainspring on a 1911 is quite strong, and it does take a lot of force to push that hammer back every time. So the main disadvantage of this platform is that it's going to jam a lot. I'll be honest with you. It's going to jam, and it's pretty sensitive to the type of ammunition. Now, what I use, this is just your basic, cheap bulk ammo, 22 long rifle Winchester ammunition. This could just as easily be Federal or Remington. The ones where you can get a whole lot of them for not a lot of money. 1,280 feet per second, 36 grain. This works pretty well. But like I said, you're going to get some jams. There's just no way around it. You've got weak ammunition trying to push back a strong mainspring, and this stuff is cheap target ammo for a reason. There's some duds in there. I would say you have a failure rate of about 10%. So one round out of every magazine, don't be surprised if you're going to have to clear some malfunctions. But for target practice, it's a pretty good trade-off, and it does give you some experience in clearing malfunctions, so that's kind of good. But just if you buy one of these kits, don't be disappointed if when using cheap target ammo that you have some malfunctions. It's going to happen, and it's just the way it is, unfortunately. Now, if you step up to the more premium 22 ammo, and I really like the CCI Stinger and the Velocitor. Now, this one is advertised at, let's see here, 1640 feet per second. That's probably out of a ridiculously long barrel. Out of a handgun, you're probably going to lose about 100 feet per second. So let's just say 1550. And the Velocitor, that's a 40 grain. It's a little bit bigger, and it's still coming out at 1435. And of course, out of a handgun, it's going to be slower, but that's okay. With these two types of ammunition, I've never had a problem. They are plenty strong enough to cycle the action on the 1911 and get that mainspring back. But this is quite a bit more expensive than the cheap stuff. And, kind of defeats the purpose of shooting 22s if you're going to be buying expensive ammunition. But if you want to do this once in a while and use the high-end premium 22 ammo, it works really nicely. And you can definitely tell the difference between your cheap target ammo and basically your 22 hunting ammo. This stuff is a lot hotter. You can see there's a little bit more recoil, much more of a muzzle blast, and like I said, it will cycle that 1911 action every time. So in summary, if you want to get more time behind the 1911 and you don't want to break the bank with that expensive 45 ACP ammo, this is a pretty good choice, and it lets you practice for a lot cheaper. And if you've got somebody that you want to get into the shooting sports with you, this is a great way to go. So I recommend it. It's a little pricey, $280 to $330 depending on where you buy it, but it does pay for itself pretty quickly given how much cheaper this ammo is than the 45s. So just on a side note, I know some of you guys have been starting to subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate it, and I'll try to keep giving you guys some more good quality videos. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Thanks.